Okay.
Cool. So let's get this up.
It should be the post broadcast. I don't know if it starts where I like left it, but maybe it does.
What time is it if it doesn't?
I'll check where the game starts or when it's like relevant. You can go to 0:44:47.
0:44:47. Okay. I'm gonna start screen sharing. Tell me if this works. Share screen. Display one. Okay. Look good?
Yes.
Cool. Alright, so 0:44:47, we just kinda, it's a bit later than that, but that's fine. So what do you want to discuss here? What was the issue?
The things that in general that I feel like I actually don't know what the fuck to do is when I should like side lane. You know, when I should go and solo lane as a mid laner, like in the other sides and whatnot. I feel like I don't actually know at what points and in what comps and with what champions it's better or worse to do that. Like I have general ideas, of course, but I don't think that they're as good as they can be, basically.
Okay, so I mean, it's gonna be situational, right? Because the
Yeah, of
games
course.
always change. But like, hold on just a sec. Let's see. Oh god, I just missed that. Pretty much you're laning against Lux, Irelia, Lee Sin. So the issue here is it's hard for you to side lane against Irelia if she gets ahead. Obviously, if you snowball, it's pretty fucking free. Like, as a rule of thumb, okay, this is how you want to consider it. If your team is behind, but you're ahead, and you're not a teamfight champion like Orianna, it's better for you to split push.
Yes.
Because
there are screams in the background, but maybe they're not that loud. Okay. Yep.
So, let's say, and yeah, Lucian, not the best team fighter necessarily. He can team fight, but if you're, let's say you're 3-0, and Irelia is not that strong, you can split push against her because you can just, there's no one that can deal with you one-on-one. You force people to come to you, so you let your team play 3v4 essentially. But if you're playing Orianna and you're fed, just go for the team fight. You don't need to be split pushing.
So is it like, of course it's situational, but that's like how I feel as well. Like Orianna especially is like better, of course, to have in the mid lane than usual mid lane champions. Just how she works, But that's like, then it gets kind of awkward because usually you want to go to side lane as a mid laner because it relieves pressure for your bot lane and whatnot. So it's like it's in those scenarios it's like, because then I want to be grouping because I trust myself usually more than my teammates and whatnot. So I feel like, okay, I need to be mid, and then someone else gets fucked in the side lane. I guess it's just hard to like say on the
Yeah, it's a case by case basis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's the hard part. Like, I think again, if it's just a situation where your teammates are losing side lanes, there's not much you can do about that. Like, it's on you kind of to look for picks or get good team fights off. There's not like, you can't stop your team from dying besides you pinging them careful or something, but then they're gonna tilt half the time.
This is a pretty bad trade, but it works out in the end because of jungler.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not even looking at your laning right now because I was talking about the other stuff. So yeah, right here, this is good setup. You see the Nidalee. You got the flash. Yeah, nice. Well played. Do you play a lot of Lucian?
Nope. I just like recently picked it up because it's kind of broken. EMO. Like laning at least.
Yeah, 100%. And like his strongest, once he gets his first back off, that's when he starts being fucking so difficult to deal with. But yeah, so I think, do you play a lot of split pushers, or do you mainly play like Orianna, Syndra? Like, do you play Echo, Zed?
No, like, yeah, I know you've been checking my OPGG, so like on this account, I usually, right now, only play, like I play a lot of Orianna, it's like my most comfort champ, for sure, but I also, like, I want to play the meta champions, like, so I pick up whatever's meta, so now I'm like playing this and Kassadin and Talia a bit more, and then I have my comfort with Orianna and Syndra if I feel like I don't know what to pick.
Yeah, so Kassadin and Talia are really good for you to practice this side lane thing. So both of those split push really fucking well, and they collapse really well. So you can like if you want to get good at deciding when to figure out when you should be splitting and when you should be grouping, those two champions, you can use those a lot to practice it, because both of them can split push and both of them can group. Kassadin not quite as well as Talia, but he can collapse really well. You just gotta you can use those champions to kind of practice it. Again, if you're strong, or you're in a situation where it's just better for you to be in a side lane because your teammates are mid, just sit in the side lane, and then if you have pressure, push up, look for a kill, look for the tower, or collapse. If you don't think you can take the tower as a split pusher, your only job then is to push out the lane and then collapse. Push out the lane, collapse. Just keep doing that. It gets kind of boring, but eventually there's going to be a point where they make a mistake and you get a good fight because you're constantly forcing them to deal with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. Like, I have a pretty nice Kassadin game, which maybe if we want to like cut this so we have time to go over that, because I felt like I popped off that game, stat wise, but I still don't think I actually played the game pretty well. So that I think that's like why that game is kind of interesting to watch that as well.
Okay, so what did you want to discuss about this game in specific? Right now you got a really good trade-off on the Lux. Like, what was the issue with this game, did you feel?
I feel that my laning as well is not maybe the most optional with like super strong laning champions as Orianna, as Syndra, as now Lucian. I feel like I sometimes fuck up the waves and stuff. Like, my wave management is pretty bad. I think my trading skills are decent, but my wave management is really bad. So that's like a general issue. But otherwise, I picked this game mostly because it is a new champion that I don't usually play. So I thought that you could have some input on that, and also that when mid game now rises, I will go to the side lane and probably make bad decisions, which you will notice, and that kind of loses us the game.
Okay.
So that's why I wanted this. I basically lost this game.
Alright, so yeah, first things first is I want you to get in the habit of using your wards as often as possible, because right now you've got a pink ward up and you've got 2 trinket wards up. You've got a lot, like your jungler's been putting a lot of pressure, and you've got a pink ward down here, but just if you're bullying this lane, first of all, you can just run up to her, like you shouldn't be too afraid, but so that's good. But you want to always be using your trinket ward so you can get as much vision as possible. So if you're pushing up like this, it's very good for you. You see the Lee Sin? Yeah.
Yep.
That was bad.
Now get fucked. Yep.
So you gotta pay attention to your
It's a bit too far.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's better for you to just zone her than to go in on that trade until you see where Lee Sin is. You saw him on the ward.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I said this on stream as well. I was like 30 seconds before, it's like, fuck me if I'm gonna get ganked now, because I said to my stream viewers that okay, I want to pressure this Lux now. So maybe instead of talking, I should just put the ward down, I suppose.
Well, I mean, you had the ward. Like, the pink ward saw him. You just went in when you had vision on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was just not paying attention to the side.
Yeah. So this is pretty good here. This is really well done. Good job. Again, now you should just put down, like, it's been 9 minutes and I don't think you've used your trinket ward once. You should put down your pink ward, and then if you're pushing up, here's the rule of thumb. So if you're if you're winning your lane really hard and you're constantly pushed up past this point, you want to get wards in their entrances, like somewhere here or at Wraiths or at that brush down here. If you're not allowed, if it's just like an even lane and you're just sitting around here, you want to get vision in the brush or in the pixel bushes. And then if you're getting your shit shoved in, like you're back behind here, you just want to get your entrances warded, okay? So there's like 6 ward spots to think about. That's like the easy stuff. Obviously, it's on you to be a bit more mindful about where exactly you're placing the wards, but that's something just like, that's the rule of thumb.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Okay, so here...
I just want to get this in.
Yeah, and then you should just leave. Yeah, great. Okay, so now you've got a fuck ton of gold. You've got a huge power spike. I think this was a really good back for you. And that was a good play at Dragane.
Yeah, like up until this point, I think it's perfectly fine. I missed some CS, but that's just like champion experience, so that's whatever. But yeah, like the transition into mid lane, usually I feel, or mid game, I feel like I have some troubles with. Like on every champion actually.
Okay. So that's not even that hard to fix because a lot of that is just basic, you know, understanding of the game, and that can be taught. It'd be a lot worse if your laning was just awful or something, right? Okay, yeah. See, now you're using your wards. Good job. Do you usually communicate with your jungler or your team with pings?
Yeah, I spam ping a lot.
Okay.
I've stopped writing though because I know people get more triggered by people writing than pinging.
That
At
was
least
really
that's how I
well
feel it.
played. Really well done. Good job. Um, you got the mechanics. Like I don't think that's an issue. Uh,
Yeah, for some reason Lucian just works mechanically for me.
yeah.
I think I played a lot of AD carry when I ranked before, so
Why
or
are
when
you
I
looking at the
like,
map here? You should just be shoving this lane in.
yeah, I think it was because I just saw something happening down there or whatever.
Okay.
Probably
That's
just
not
some
a big
reactive
deal.
stuff.
And
Yeah.
also, you still gotta fucking drop your pink ward. You bought this thing like on your first pack, and you still haven't used it.
Yep,
Um,
absolutely.
because like even if you don't necessarily need the vision it gives you, it guarantees you have a spot where they have no vision. So it's just as
Yep.
important that you deny their vision because then it's easier for them to gank for your team. It makes them play scared. Like it gives you a lot more options. Just use your wards.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is something a lot of fucking mid laners have an issue with is just using their vision. Like it's basic to fix, so it's not, you know, you can get the
Yeah,
challenger without being a god at vision, but it helps every little bit.
yeah, of course. Yeah, I want to perfect my game as much as possible. So like, yeah.
Okay. So again,
I don't want to play a sloppy game.
again, you gotta be careful here because you don't have anything warded on this bot side. Your team's up here. So if your team is playing on the top side, you gotta play on this half of the
Yeah.
lane. You're in a really dangerous spot because again, you've got a ward up, you got a pink ward up. Wow.
Yeah, that's a Dreamhack special. You scream hello, which means like hey in English.
Yeah.
Or in Swedish. But yeah, like push up. Like before I like hit the turret, I should drop vision if I have
Exactly.
wards to me available.
Right, because
Yep.
you can drop a pink here, you can even drop a trinket or whatever, and that way
Yeah.
you can guarantee to take this. Like right now, if Lee Sin or their Blitzcrank was here, you're fucking dead.
Yeah, I'm
You don't
fucking
have
dead.
flash, so.
For sure. Yeah, and also like since we're a decent elo, I want to say like junglers and supports or whatever, they do look, you know, at other lanes. So if they
Yeah.
see me as well drop the pink, they will not, you know, enter my lane for that reason as well. So yeah.
Okay, good roam. Oh.
Do you?
Do you also do you roam often as a mid laner, or do you tend to stick to your lane?
Like
It depends
I
on
don't
the
know.
champion.
Yeah, I think actually I roam decently enough. Like I think obviously there's occasions a lot where, you know, I could get a roam off or I shouldn't, you know, have roam, but that's like whatever in a sense.
So
But
here I don't get
yeah.
this ward. Why did you pink ward? Again, like
I
okay,
think-
you got to be a bit
yeah.
more mindful with your vision. It's not a big thing. This is a really minor
Yeah.
thing, but
Yeah, absolutely. No, but I wanted to bring everything up that you get on your mind. So
cool. So again, like now you don't have the ward, so that sucks. But you have enough vision. Again, if you just play top side, you should be fine. You just gotta be aware that like every time you're laning, if you don't have wards, you just have to be thinking about where you can get ganked from. Yeah, good job. I think you're playing the lane mechanically pretty fine. I didn't pay attention to your early game as much as I should have. You maybe could have played it a bit more aggressively. I don't know.
yeah,
But right now you seem fine. Like in terms of the matchup, you had to have thrown this game to have lost this right now, because you're in a pretty good spot.
yep.
I think you should change your trinket out. I don't think you need a yellow trinket at this point.
Do you want the red then, or to like push?
I would say blue buff. I mean blue trinket because they've got a lot of pick, right? Because they've got the Lux, they've got the Blitzcrank. So it's better for you to get long, like safely check vision. If you're playing an assassin, it's better to go red trinket.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. And we do.
Because these
Makes sense.
yellows don't help you too much. Like unless you're hard split pushing and you don't really care about clearing out vision or you can face check people, the blue is just more helpful because if you get picked trying to ward somewhere with your yellow trinket, you're just gonna die, right?
Yeah, it's just the first row in the game.
Oh man. Yeah, you played this really badly.
Yep. Agreed. Like when she dies, I should just peace out.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't have even. You can't even walk up to her like this because you're just gonna get stunned, right? You gotta be playing back. You just went in a melee of Irelia.
Yeah, like at this point, I'm just a cocky bitch.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I just think the game's over, so or whatever, or I think that I'm strong enough to do whatever. So yeah, and that's bad mindset.
Yeah, I mean, because that
For sure.
you're just super fed and you're just into.
Yep. Probably could have hit the turret for 600, 700 damage.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so here you could have gone to a side lane, you could have gone top if you wanted, because unless you're trying to target this tower, okay, you are pinging the tower, that's fine.
Yeah, I wanted bot first, but Galio rushed it there, so I was like, ah, fuck. But now I think I go top.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. This is a really dangerous way to go, though. Oh my god. Did that work? Holy shit, that... Okay, yeah. So again, you're too aggro. Like, I know you're fucking... Yeah, you said it already. You're just cocky bitch right now, so... Alright.
Yeah, I get a little bit stressed out as well since I see 2 Infernals on the other team. So I'm like, yeah, it's just mindset stuff actually right now.
Right, because the thing is, the second you try to force things too hard, that's when the double Infernal actually becomes an issue because you just do bad plays and they get to late game. You were playing this early game really smart, I thought. I mean, I think you still need to work on your vision a bit, but like in terms of your trading and the way you're positioning on the lane, you were fine. And again, you can't be stepping up this far because Irelia is gonna kill you. So this is the situation I mentioned, like where, if you're in a side lane but you lose the 1v1, then your entire job is to catch the wave, let it push, and then go to another lane. If you're hard winning, like if you're still 5-1 and Irelia is 0-3, then you can do this. But since she can actually kill your ass, this is the point of the lane where it's like it's time for you to just group and just try to get the tower.
Yeah, just go somewhere else because it's useless to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of what I meant in the pre-talk, that I lose this game completely. I tried to outplay, but she just...
I mean, you almost did, right? Like, if she wasn't so ahead, and you had been a bit more ahead instead of, like, inting twice, because you would have had your exhaust as well, you would have won that, right?
Yep.
So, these minor things that start building up more and more, and then it affects the rest of the game. So you just need to be thinking a bit further ahead. That's fine.
Yep.
When you're going top. Yeah,
now I feel like I just... Yeah, I want him to go against Irelia here because I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna win that, so I want to go against Lux.
No, absolutely, this is the right call. Like, Galio should be matching Irelia to begin with.
Here I just see Lux going up, so I'm like, alright, whatever. I probably should have hit the turret already, but...
You should have been hitting the tower, because you don't need, like, if she's gonna be late, you can force the kill on her later. Actually, no, I didn't think she'd be so stupid as to just walk into that.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, okay, if she is that stupid, I guess I'll stay, because I was just reactively moving down instead of like proactively actually taking the turret.
Well, I mean, that's okay.
Like, this works out because she's bad.
It does work out, yeah, because she's bad. I think you should have just taken the tower and then it maybe looked for her, but whatever. It ended up worked out.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
This is the kind of stuff that can work. Like, you can try out in solo queue because solo queue isn't like a super high competitive environment, so people turn off their brains. But if you're playing on a team, for example, if I was your coach, I'd be like, don't even fucking bother looking for the pick. Just go for the tower.
Yeah. My initial thought was to like group after I shoved in the wave, but like obviously the right call is to hit the turret since I deal a lot of damage to the turret.
I think instead of going a crit glove here, I just buy a pink ward because 1, that gives you more gold so you can buy your cleaver earlier, and 2, the vision is a lot more important than like 8% crit.
Also, like, I don't know actually how much difference it is in solo queue, but I feel like how I play is, it is how you play as a hard stack D1, and I don't like the shit I do here will not work if I get to a bit more higher elo, I think, as well.
I mean, 100%. That's the thing is you gotta change your habits up if you want to climb, because you're just gonna be like, how long have you been playing the game?
I've been playing for like 3.5 years now. I hit D5 my first season, so like I climbed a lot early and then I got pretty stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What LP were you last year? Last season rather.
I don't know even if I actually didn't even pick Master. I picked the Master Promos, I think.
Okay.
Last season.
And then your Master right now. That's good.
Yep.
So yeah, I think your next goal should be 150 200 LP Master if you can maintain this kind of play. Because right now what you're doing is your laning is fine. You can hit 100 200 LP Master with your laning. This is off one game obviously, but
Yeah.
like it's easy to kind of gauge this stuff just off of one game in terms of your ability to play. But you gotta be thinking a bit more actively. Do you autopilot a lot? Like I feel like in this game you've just kind of defaulted into. How often do you actively think? Like, how do I win this game?
Now I'm streaming because Dreamhack, I guess. But when I'm streaming, I autopilot a lot more than when I'm not streaming. But I actually think a lot. I think I overthink sometimes, and that like makes me not do anything at all instead sometimes.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, because I think a lot.
That's good. So I mean, it's better to be overthinking, so we can cut back on that than not thinking. But
yeah, I know. But then I just gotta hit that point. Well,
yeah.
So yeah.
So here, tell me, like, how recent was this game?
Yesterday, I think.
Can you tell me what you were thinking at this point? Do you remember?
Well, I don't think I think more than like, okay, I'm gonna catch this wave. Hopefully, I'm not facing Aurelia.
Okay. So at this point, you want to just be thinking, what do I do to win this game? One is I get the farm, which is good. Two, I split push again. Like I can split push with against someone that's not Aurelia. So right here, I think this is good. You should be pressuring really aggressively. And you need to be just pinging them back maybe once or twice, just telling them don't fucking die, please, for the love of God.
Do we see Aurelia bot here? Because
we do. We see her bot. Yeah. We see her bot. So you right now you should be pushing up a bit more, because you just saw them all mid. You've got 2 wards up. You've got your flash up. You can try to draw pressure. Like you don't need to be that afraid. At this point, you should be aggressively splitting, because you are at that point where if it's not Aurelia, you can fight anybody. And so you want them to come to you, and then you can look for the play. Because the second you group up, you're never going to siege, right? You don't have any siege.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I feel like we're not going to do anything group, but I was too afraid to like just knowing my limits and sides is one issue for me.
Well, that's the thing, is don't be afraid in solo queue, because that's where you're going to learn. In competitive, you can be a bit more, like if you're on a team or anything, you can be a bit more hesitant. Right now, you have to say, I don't know if you've watched like any streamers or anything, but you know when they're playing Lucian, they'll be like, I can outplay this, I can 1v2 this, and that's a situation you want to do when you're getting ahead as a split pusher. You push this up, you have 2 wards, so you don't have to be afraid. You can ward here, you can ward over the wall, you already got a ward here, and then you just force them to come to you, and you ping your team to go here, and then you can 1v1 the Lux. Yeah, she'll wave clear, but you can try to find an opportunity to all in her. And if Lucian shows up, you can even outplay that 2v1.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's so true.
Just force yourself to do these things. Like, don't be afraid. If you fuck up the 2v1, okay, well, sucks.
Yeah,
too bad.
Then I should just realize why the fuck it went wrong instead of like just being fucked. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, if you still have time for like the other game, maybe it's time to like go for that.
Okay.
Because basically I'm gonna go once again in the side, die to Aurelia, and then they get Baron and they just win the game of that basically.
Okay, cool. So then what's the next game? What timestamp?
I'll check. I think it's another VoD actually, because I can't stream when I'll just check. Should be. Was this the? No, I think that game that I meant is actually. No, we're not gonna do that. Okay, no, it's actually today. I played this game today, so. Oh no! Wait. No, never mind. All right, wait. I just gotta find it. 1 sec.
Okay.
Something is going on. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, people clap for no reason. Like when people like spill the drink or whatever, one claps and then everyone else claps.
But dude, I've been at LANs before. I know they can be a bit hectic.
Yeah. Okay. So. Man, I guess I'm just a pity because the game that I thought about is just basically me fucking up big time in lane. I don't know. Like, I think I know what I did wrong that game, basically.
Okay.
Mm.
You have a specific game in mind then? The second one?
Yeah, I thought about that, but now I like changed my mind. But I think I streamed this game. This game is pretty interesting.
Okay.
So we can see, we can look at that, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Yeah, it's the game after the Lucian game. So, timestamp. Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Okay, so the game starts at 2:53:49 for me.
2:53:39. Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
I'm just gonna go to 2:54. Cool. Good stuff. Alright, so you're playing Syndra here. Into Riven, Rek'Sai, Kassadin, Kalista, Rakan. So what do you wait, you took Storm Raiders?
Yep. I think it's pretty nice into Kassadin.
Is that okay? Cool. I mean, I don't know about that, but if you think it's good, great.
Faker used it against Kassadin, so I could try to copy that a bit.
I mean, yeah, if it works, awesome. Like, I think at the point in the game's got to like, it's a lot of preference stuff. So if it works for you and if you think it's the best, then I'm not really gonna debate it. So cool. Yeah, this lane can be kind of hard. Early game, it's pretty easy, but once he gets level 6, okay, your team's inting. Okay. What do you what do you usually do in this matchup? Do you know what you should do?
Like, I try to stay out of range from his Q, or let him Q me, and then I walk up and like auto Q him and walk back.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to play into my Q into his Q. That's kind of what.
Yeah, I mean, one, you have lane pressure on him, so you should be able to push the wave in constantly and just keep him CSing on their tower. And yeah, 2 is you just wanna, you don't want to trade Q for Q. You wanna be able to at least like set off multiple Qs if you're ever gonna do anything.
Like, I kind of, in one sense, want to like early let him kind of push a bit, because I feel like I can get more control then. Because if he walks up, then I can like QE whatever auto, and then push when he's a bit lower HP.
See, so this is good right now. You're gonna be pushing the lane in, but that's just how Syndra plays. Like, it's hard for you to let him push because you just have more AoE. But yeah, see, this is good. So you're playing this early lane. You've stepped up a bit too far, I think, trying to get that creep second aggro. Q. Yeah, you got the creep aggro. So the normal timing for a jungle gank is around like 250. So you should be dropping a ward around at like in the next 10 seconds once you push this lane out.
I can stuck his name.
Yeah, so here you got to be careful because Rek'Sai can do early ganks, right? It's Rek'Sai. She can just do a red buff start and come mid. Like, you got to be careful about that. You're playing too far up without vision. Like,
I'm tunneling maybe on getting the harass down, I suppose.
Oh, you definitely are. I mean, you're getting the harass off, and it like obviously it's a low chance that you're gonna die, but you'd lose maybe 2 seconds just dropping a ward behind you at this brush.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, but that's like my thought process at least. I kind of wanted the ward, I was debating it, but then I was like, fuck, you know.
Exactly. I just want to punish this guy the second he walks up to trade.
Absolutely.
CS, yeah.
Now I'm a bit afraid of the jungler to like
well,
walk
and again,
up and
you can still fucking drop a ward. Like, the thing is,
that's for sure.
You're too scared to play. You're getting scared to play aggressively because you don't have vision, but you have access to vision, right?
Yeah,
So
that's kind of ironic. For
yeah,
some reason, I actually don't follow that. I
like
don't
you
know
can.
why he didn't flash that, but
Yeah, that
so
was
I get him.
really well done here.
The
Excellent.
wave is kind of nice as well. He has TP though, so but I know that I can't actually like
No, you
push this
can't
in.
stay. You can't stay. So this is perfect. That was pretty much exactly what you needed to do. Great job. I'd say go. Yeah, I'd say sell your pots and get refillable maybe. I don't know. That's about.
Yeah.
What do you think about double Dorans now? I know because the Dorans got nerfed, it's not a big deal. But like.
Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm like wondering. Like since I actually haven't seen any maps shown or whatever, I'm a bit
Have you
anxious
tried
to
it?
do it yet. No, I actually haven't bought a single double deering yet after
Okay.
the change.
You could maybe also try just a Dark Seal. Like.
I was
don't.
thinking that as
Yeah.
well as a replacement, but
Um,
yeah, I like chapter so much. Like I think
no, I don't think your buy is bad at all. I was just curious if
yeah
you thought about anything else.
yeah I know, but like just I just love chapter, so I usually want to get
Just
there
rush
as
it.
fast as
Yeah,
possible.
yeah. Cool. Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, okay, that's great. So now you don't have flash. Again, you've got your pink ward. Again, you've got 2 trinket wards up. So the second this next wave gets pushed in, your first priority should be warding.
Mhm.
Oh, you gotta be careful here, because if Rek'Sai's waiting for you, you're dead. He knows you don't have flash.
I felt pretty safe through behind my creeps, but now I'm not anymore.
Yeah, again, like.
And I didn't ward yet.
Do you typically have issues of dying in lane to ganks?
Before, yes. Now I just think that I was on, like, since these are 2 games in a row, I feel like probably this behavior hanged out through those. I usually actually do ward after I push up a lane. I think I was just handling on talking to viewers or whatever at this point.
Do you think you play worse when you're streaming or better? I mean, I don't think you seem to be playing worse because you've promoted. Do you stream a lot?
No, I did try to stream. I think I play worse because I just have one thing more to think about. So I think I play worse, but like in general, I think I play worse. But like these couple of hours of playing worked better since I promoted.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah.
are getting fucked by these creeps. Yeah, I think you're just trying too hard to force something here. Like, you don't have the mana, so just back off at this point, right?
Yeah.
Like, you got this really good trade off.
I wasn't expecting creep damage here.
Yeah. You just stepped up too much, that's whatever. You
Yep.
use your heal, but...
Yeah, I just didn't want to die. It would be too awkward. Here it's a bit awkward because bot lane is currently raging the fuck out of each other. So Janna is like trolling my lane or whatever.
Yeah.
She's gonna stay mid now, which is I don't know. So that happened. Yeah, that just happened.
That fucking sucks. So the thing is, like, I'd see if you got another Doran's ring or you got a Dark Seal, like, I think that fight would have actually gone in your favor because you would have had mana. I mean, maybe you would have had less AP. I don't know. It's too hard to call.
Yeah, I think those things is whatever in a way.
I'm just trying to think if there is a potential better buy, but if it's
yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm with you.
Whatever. Cool. So
I get the wave in because Janna stayed, so that's fine. But the wave would have pushed against me if I just spaced as well. So it's whatever.
Again, it's like
I think.
You've been in situations where you haven't been punished, but you haven't warded in 7 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, like not to defend myself
habit.
or whatever, but I think this was just a habit from maybe a couple of games that were played in these hours.
Cool.
But still, though, it's worth mentioning because it
you just keep it in mind next time you play, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think you're playing this lane pretty well at the moment. I think obviously that solo kill was well done.
Yeah, I think my laning has been better, like trades and whatnot, but I still think my wave management is not optimal. But I guess that only comes with experience as well and knowing what the fuck you did.
Well, yeah, the thing is, lane manipulation depends on what your objective is. So right now, you're just trying to deny him CS, so I think this is good. Like, you're bullying him, you're zoning him. The lane's obviously gonna push. It's like it's really hard to get a good freeze for long as Syndra. But
like this is kind of ironic because I ping assistance because I don't want to get ganked. Like I want him to counter gank, but I haven't warded still. So this is
oh
up.
man, yeah. That was never gonna work.
Yep, for sure.
Like you should have just. Oof. That's a shame. That was close, but yeah, you needed to just back off after the ult.
Yeah, it's a misplay. I'm with you. Yeah, that felt bad, but I know it was a bad misplay, so it just feels bad. It feels bad that it actually sucked as well.
Yeah. Because I think now you lose the lane because you just, yeah. Like at this point, you got to be a bit more careful with your positioning because the second he hits, like, he gets even with you at level 8. You have to be really careful about your positioning here. You're stepping up too far. Cool.
Yeah, and the items at this point as well is kind of strong.
He's got Roa, he's got the Catalyst and Rod into like your uncompleted Morello, so you're just gonna be weaker.
For sure.
And this is where your lack of vision bites you in the ass. Because again, it's been like you didn't die there, but you have to use both sums. Or you have to use your flash. Like again, it's been 10 minutes. I still don't think you've dropped the ward.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, I actually think your Janna sitting in lane has helped you a lot. I mean, it put you behind an XP, but Kassadin hasn't been able
it
to
worked
do
out.
anything. Yeah.
It worked out. I mean, basically the jungler is shitting on jungler. Top is getting fucked. So and me is like even at this point. So it's a bit of an interesting game. Like since one lane is like winning a lot and one lane is losing a lot and one is even. So.
Alright, your inputs here are really bad. Wow, I'm surprised Cassie didn't try to commit to that. I guess he had no mana. But I think you should just walk that. I honestly thought you were gonna die here.
Yeah, me too at first.
They just left you. Cool.
Yeah. Micro misplays. Feels bad. Like,
what is Rek'Sai doing, dude?
Oh, that's what I mean. Like, if the jungler has more than 2 brain cells this game, it's over already.
God, yeah. Holy shit, he's actually inting, dude. What?
Yeah, so that's why this game is also interesting in a way, or like you can learn stuff from it.
You stepped up too far here. Like, dude, yeah, you got this backup, but you were so fucking low. Yeah.
Yeah, this time. I agreed. Like I think I tunnel a lot on stuff. Like if I want to do something, I want it really bad, and if a situation comes up that won't let me do it, I still try to go for it, and then I get fucked.
Do you ever feel like I know I shouldn't have done that, or I know I shouldn't be doing this, but you do it anyway?
Not a lot, because I try to restrict myself most of the cases, but in some cases I just can't. Like maybe getting the wave in or whatever. Then I tunnel a bit usually. I feel like sometimes, but yeah.
I mean, at this point, I think like that's how you kind of want to position your trades. But again, you did. See, this is where like you actually had wards too, but this time you're not paying attention to him again. You saw him bot. I don't know if you can see with the Skype thing, but he walked over a ward.
There I saw he was on vision. Yeah, I didn't pay attention to the minimap there. I was just tunneling on the trade, or focusing on the trade.
You need to just, like the way you fix that, it's gonna take some time, but before you do anything in your lane, you need to check the map. Before you do anything in the lane, you need to check the map. If you don't have vision, you gotta get vision. If you can't have vision, you have to play around where their people are. It takes some time to get used to, but that's just how you gotta do it. I know some players, like I've done this for some players, you just Google metronome, and like puts a and like you put it on the longest beat, and then every time you hear the beat and it goes talk, like you check the map, and it's fucking tilting as fuck, because you are constantly checking the map and you're gonna play like shit for about a game or two. but you start getting into the habit of always checking the map and being aware of where you need to be playing around. It's something you can consider. I don't think it's that bad from what I've seen, but like if you always have an issue of being tunneled, you need something to get you out of that tunnel. And if that's a metronome or some other way to do that,
yeah. Yeah, and like minimap is everything, like for real. So.
And map awareness, like even if you're not necessarily seeing anybody, you gotta like be thinking about where you could be.
Yeah, I think my knowing at least the jungler, like if I see the jungler top or whatever, and then I can usually like check CS and try to. I think I'm pretty good at reading fog of war, but you know when I'm not doing that, you know when I can't read that because you can't always read it, of course. Then you know then I am vulnerable, I think, or basically. So yeah.
Alright, dude, this fucking Rek'Sai like goes fucking hard as fuck. What the hell? Really well played there. Good job.
You see the Storm Raiders, dude?
Yeah, it's fucking paying off, dude. It looks good.
It's an interesting topic, like trading damage for utility, basically, in a way.
Yeah, I think it's been going towards utility recently because I know people are running warlords on pretty much every AD.
Yeah, I know. No. Gaming, or the game is slowing down a bit in the meta, like more chill summoners and items and whatnot.
Yeah, I think your trading is like pretty good when you're actually concentrating, but then there's times where you just like monkey out or you get too odd. I think once you get a lead, you feel like you want to abuse that lead, and you start playing way too over aggressive. Like the reason you get your lead is because you're playing smart, and the way you continue abusing your lead is because you continue to play smart, not by just trying to abuse your lead.
Yeah, I tried too hard, man, to like continue the snowball or whatever. Yeah, it's probably true.
Like think of it this way: if you played smart without a lead and you win, if you just continue to play the same way with a lead,
then it's gonna look more disgusting.
It's even more oppressive, right? So you just with the second you try too hard is when it just gets difficult.
Yeah, for sure.
Like obviously, I'm not saying just AFK farm it when you get a lead, but when you're just stepping up trying to get the like not this trade, but earlier when you just step up to try to get the tower or whatever, or like trying to just one-shot him, you're just trying too hard. But here again, you've really fucking turned the lane around. You were in a pretty hard spot, and again you started winning it, because you're being smart with your trades.
Yeah, I stopped being cocky.
Exactly. Yeah, I think your issue here is the issue that I think a lot of hard-stuck D1 low master players have, is when you're playing intelligently and at your level, you're good enough to climb, but you're not consistent enough about it. And different players have different issues. Some players just tilt really fucking hard or like are toxic as fuck. I think your issue is you're like, oh fuck, I'm just destroying this guy, or I'm so ahead, I can do whatever I want. I need to abuse my lead. And it just ends up biting you in the ass. This is 2 games though, so it could be different, but just continue to don't try to change up your playstyle too much. When you get a lead, try to stick to like what got you that lead to begin with.
Yeah, just still playing it slow and not respecting opposing members. In what manner they need to be respected at.
Like not even like numbers, but even in the 1v1, you still gotta just remember that even with a lead, you can still fucking throw your lane.
Yeah. I just go to the silent because
it's fine, right? There's nothing you need to. There's farm to catch. It'd be greedy. Exactly. I think this. Yeah. Okay. So now you leave. This is fine.
Yeah, I usually do that. Like that's and that's also like a bad time thing sometimes, because I usually push out the wave and then I go MIA, you know, just because. Oh god. Well.
Oh yeah.
No. I don't know how loud it is. Maybe it's loud.
It's pretty loud.
Yeah. Well, maybe pause or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how long that's gonna last.
What is it?
It's basically okay. Maybe it's over now. Right. It's a streamer zone, like right next to where I sit.
Okay.
And maybe like a streamer got a donation or whatever. I don't fucking know. Okay, but yeah, like I usually push out lane and then go MIA, and I do that, you know, throughout the game.
They're collapsing on you, but yeah. You're so fucking fed. Holy shit. Alright, well done. I mean, I think, okay, what are your, like, top 3 champions? Like, your most preferred champions?
Well, right now, I actually think it's Orianna, Syndra, and Kassadin.
Okay, so just play those 3. I think your Syndra and like your Syndra looks fucking clean as fuck. I think you played, like, even though you made quite a few mistakes, I still think you played the lane pretty fucking well. Besides that tower dive kind of situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Main things, I think a lot, yeah, your biggest issue is your mentality instead of like your actual ability to play the game. So 2 things I want you to focus on. First thing is your warding. Yeah, this might have been like a habit you built in just like 2 days or something, or 1 day. But
yeah,
always,
still relevant.
Yeah, just keep it in mind. And second thing is, once you get a lead, I don't want you to just AFK, because it's bad for you to just not try to get further ahead, but you need to just calm down a bit. I think you just try too hard.
Like, abuse wisely.
Yeah, be like, you just play it out how you normally played it out, and you're just gonna keep getting the same advantage you're gonna get, like, and you're good to go. I think you should set a goal for yourself at like a roughly 100-150 LP.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm headed, because I really want to start playing team and stuff, because yeah, I wanna play this game competitively.
Have you played on a team before?
Yeah, I played Norwegian First Division last split, which is whatever, I guess, but it's something.
Okay, cool. I mean, I think playing on a team also kind of helps you out in different aspects a lot of the time. I know a lot of players sometimes drop in solo queue when they start playing teams, because they do different things, but
yep.
The vision part's even more important for teams. Like, it's a lot, because like that's when the enemy mid laner's like, this guy is legit under my tower without warding. He's just inting, and then you get ganked 20 times.
But yeah, I meant since I think that 100, 150, 200 LP is a kind of a nice standpoint to get into, like maybe a German league, Spanish league, whatever.
Yeah, Spanish league definitely.
To get picked up at first, you know.
Spanish league, like the cutoff you want is like 200. I think most imports for Spanish league have to be around 200 LP, or they're not even gonna look at you.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually don't know how it works, but like I think somewhere around that is where you want to be able to get picked up in the first place.
Yeah. So work for that. Those are the 2 things. Like, there's some minor stuff, but honestly, your biggest issues, from what I'm seeing in these 2 games, is 1, you get too cocky, and 2nd is your vision. So, I don't have a lot more time for this, so I think we're gonna end it here.
So,
but I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, I've thought that like it's the mental part more for me than, you know, raw mechanics or whatever. Like lately I've been going through a bit of stuff here and whatnot, so I'm coming back from that as well. So like the mental part is really big for me.
I think that's typically the biggest thing for people in D1 and Master, is not their mechanics but their mental. Mental game is really fucking important for climbing. So cool. So try to stick to those 2 things. Was there any questions or anything else you wanted to ask me or discuss?
If I come up with anything, I guess I'll just hit you up.
Yep. Sure thing.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, well, thanks for this.
No worries.
I appreciate it. I'll talk to you later then, dude.
All right. Good luck.
Yes. Have a good one.
You too.